Stellar Blade was my favorite gaming experience of 2024, and honestly, it's a little funny at this point looking back at how critical media were at first in relation to Stellar Blade protagonist Eve's overall character design. Okay, let's be honest. I mean, some of the outfits are pretty outrageous, but Stellar Blade is that game that I had the most fun with in 2024. I mean, we've heard it 1,000 times now. Eve is too sexy, Eve is whatever, so on and so forth. But come on, I'd rather have Eve than this. Some reviewers also noted that the combat and the movement was a bit old school and rugged and maybe just not as well polished. But man, I love the combat in Stellar Blade. And if that's old school, then okay, give me more old school, sexy styled video games because man, that's what I want. Look, no matter how you view Stellar Blade though, you have to admit that this game was a big success. At the beginning of summer in 2024, Stellar Blade had already hit 1 million units sold, and I imagine now that number is far greater. But because of Shift Up's success, it was actually being reported last week that the company had given all of its employees a $3,400 bonus along with a PS5 Pro. That's a pretty nice Christmas gift there. I mean, that's the type of success story that I love to hear, though, in the gaming industry, especially with all the reports that come in and year out about layoffs and, negativity and things like that. But with all the inclusion of DLC outfits, that near crossover they did, the photo mode, man, Stellar Blade is continuing on in its momentum even into 2025. What I'm really here, though, to talk about, and the reason that you clicked on this video, is to talk a little bit more about the future of Shift Up. That is, the developer of Stellar Blade. So, first off, let's talk sequel. So, yeah, this game was a big success, so you would think that a sequel is in the pipeline, and according to reports, you'd be right. As first reported by IGN, Shift Up has publicly announced that they were considering a sequel all the way back in July of 2024. That's actually how popular Stellar Blade was. And if you look back over gaming history, the second iteration of a brand has always been one of the places where games really shine. Take a look, for example, at Assassin's Creed 2. Objectively the most loved Assassin's Creed game, and the game that really took that series to the next level to help create the monster of 30,000 more Assassin's Creed games. I'm not saying I want that, but look at some other sequel games too. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Mass Effect 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, Uncharted 2, Half-Life 2, Titanfall 2, Bayonetta 2. I mean, this list could go on forever with sequels that are better than the original. And I think this franchise, though, in Stellar Blade, holds so much potential for the future and where it could go. And because of Stellar Blade's success, Game Rant actually also reported that Shift Up is considering not just one sequel, but multiple sequels. So, I mean, it has to be that a Stellar Blade sequel is currently in the very early stages of development. Other outlets actually followed this up in noting that Shift Up is internally considering an upgrade to Unreal Engine 5 for a Stellar Blade sequel, which, I mean, that's cool. I mean, I thought the original Stellar Blade was already stunning. It's gorgeous. It's an amazing looking game, but hey, if there is another technical upgrade, sign me up. Sounds great. Beyond a Stellar Blade sequel, though, Shift Up is currently working hard on their next project, which is codenamed Project Witches, and we actually do have some information about this project already. So it's been reported that Project Witches is a, quote, AAA urban sci-fi action RPG, which does sound a lot like Stellar Blade, if I'm being honest. And according to IGN, Project Witches is currently planned to release in 2027, which is pretty soon, and Shift Up is planning to release it as a next-gen cross-platform title. So, from what I understand, this Project Witches is not related to Stellar Blade in any way, though, because it's also been noted that Shift Up is, quote, scaling up development of other new projects alongside building a new office. So to me, that sounds like Project Witches is taking Shift Up's primary attention, at least for the immediate future, while Stellar Blade is kind of on the back burner a little bit, and the sequel is likely in the very early stages of development. Also, from all this, I guess something we learned here is that we may actually be getting next-gen hardware sooner than we think. We already know that the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming later this year, but if other rumors are to be believed, then Xbox might be launching a console in holiday 2026, and if that is true, I would think that Sony would also follow suit and release their own new machine at least before the end of 2027, which honestly is crazy because it feels like this generation just got started, because there have been so many cross-generation games this cycle, which have kind of sucked because it feels like I'm just playing PS4 games on PS5, at least early in the generation. I know now a lot of games are really starting to show that they are next-gen games, but at first, man, it did kind of suck. Back to Project Witches, though. Shift Up has actually been gearing up for this new project because they hired 70 new developers at the end of 2024. And with that in mind as well, rumors have been circulating saying that we may actually see a trailer for this new game sometime in 2025, similar to how we first saw Stellar Blade as Project E before the name change. So we could see this as Project Witches and then a name change later on. I mean, if I had to place bets, I'd say that the time we might see this would probably be around like a PlayStation showcase, late May, early June, something like that, old E3 times. Overall, though, no matter what Project Witches ends up being, I gotta say that Shift Up has certainly earned my trust. They just have with Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade was such an outstanding game. Again, my favorite gaming experience of 2024, and I mean, I absolutely can't wait to see what they have in store for us in the future. All right, folks, well, that's all that I have for you today regarding the future of Shift Up. If you enjoyed the video today, like and subscribe, and let me know what you're thinking about Stellar Blade and Shift Up's upcoming development projects. Are you excited about this new Project Witches game? Do you think that they should prioritize Stellar Blade 2 ahead of their other development work? Shout out in the comments down below and let me know what you're thinking. Anyhow, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next level.